भगवते ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so we were doing ninth chapter yesterday, half. So we stopped at the shloka, right? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. So Krishna here is describing the characteristics of a devotee. How a devotee has to behave, how a devotee actually behaves, okay? So a devotee always chants about Krishna. Satatam means always. Satatam kirtayanto mam, always chanting about the Lord, and always endeavoring in any devotional service with determination, chanting, bowing down, worshipping Krishna all the time with complete determination, not getting discouraged at any moment. Okay, so that is what we saw yesterday. So we will be continuing. So today we will be looking at the remaining shlokas till 34. Okay, there are 34 shlokas in 9th chapter. ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्या यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन प्रकत्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्. Okay, so one who engage, others who engage in cultivation of knowledge, worship the Supreme Lord as one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So, what does this mean? Devotees are one class of people which we just saw in the previous shloka. Devotees are the people who always chant about the Lord and engage in devotion service with determination, always worshipping Him, perpetually bowing down towards Him. Okay. Now, there are other sets of people who worship the Lord as one without a second, diverse in many, and in universal form. What does this mean? Okay, so yogis worship the Lord in the form of Paramatma. Okay, Paramatma is present in the heart of all the living entities, right? So yogis meditate upon the Paramatma feature of the Lord, and others worship the Lord for karma kanda, that is fruitive results in the form of demigods. Okay, I want more money, I will worship Lakshmi Devi. I want good marks in my exam, I will worship Saraswati Devi. So these are the people who worship demigods for temporary results, but they don't know those results are temporary. Okay, and then rest of the people worship the universal form, that is the cosmic manifestation. That is, a lot of people are there, atheists and all, they respect the nature, right? They worship the sun, worship as in they respect the sun, the moon, the nature, the water, the food, grains and crops, everything. So this is also the Lord, because uh, uh, Krishna demonstrates his universal form, right, in chapter uh, 12, sorry, 11. So, so all such people, that's why Krishna says they are others. Okay, so all such people also worship the Lord, but in different forms. They don't worship the Lord directly. Okay. Aham kratur aham yajna swadaham aham aushadham mantro aham ayam evagyam aham agnir aham hutam. Okay, so what is he saying? Aham agnir. So Krishna is demonstrating what he is. Okay, when you sit for a sacrifice, for a fire sacrifice, okay, he is telling he is the sacrifice. Okay, the entire fire sacrifice that we are doing, it is him itself. Okay, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chanting, everything is Krishna. Okay, he is the fire, he is the butter, he is the offering, he is the sacrifice, he is everything. Okay, so in a sacrifice, the entire sacrifice is Krishna, the fire is Krishna, the offerings that we do for the fire, no, the fuel, the butter, ghee and all, that is also Krishna. Okay, so aham agnir aham hutam, Krishna says. So so by this we will understand there's nothing aloof from Krishna, right? We saw in Aishwarya Jnana Yoga, everything is in him, everything is controlled by him. Not even a blade of grass can move without Krishna. But still, Krishna is independent of all this. Yes? So that is the greatness of Krishna that we all have to understand. So here what Krishna is saying is, for this verse is actually for others who do not worship Krishna directly. So the fire is also Krishna. Okay, the ghee is also Krishna. The entire fire sacrifice is Krishna. How can we leave Krishna? How can we forget Krishna? How can we worship something else, forgetting and completely avoiding Krishna? That cannot happen. We cannot live without Krishna even for a moment. He is there. He is all pervading in everything. Okay. पिताहम् अस्य जगतो माता धाता पितामहा वेद्यं पवित्रम् ओंकार ऋक्सामा यजुरेव च. So he's saying, Pitaham asya jagato, I'm the father of this universe. Jagannath he is. Okay? Jagat Pita we say. And he is the support, he is the grandshire, he is the object of knowledge. Okay, all that we have to understand, knowledge. Ultimately it is, that's why Krishna consciousness is called what? Raja Vidya, right? Education, king of all education. After knowing Krishna, there is nothing else left for us to know. That's why he is the object of knowledge, and he is the purifier. He is the Omkar. He is all the Vedas. Vishnu is the one who created the Vedas, right? Through inhalation and exhalation, one breath, he created the Vedas. So he is called Vedas personified. Okay, so everything is him. Omkar is him. So that's why if you see in Vedas, most of the mantras start with Omkar. Okay, so Om Tat Sat we say. So Om is Krishna himself. Yeah, now this is what we saw in the previous chapter, right? He is the father, he is the mother, he is the support, he is the grandshare. So a living entity always craves for relationships, right? In this world, we want unconditional love, we want happiness, but ultimately we end up getting uh, ditched. No, nobody gives us high quality unconditional love. Everybody expects something in return. Yes. Okay, in college, we all like our friends, we all love our friends, but they expect some help from us when they are in need. We also expect some help from them when we are in need, right? Parents also, they expect their kids to take care of them when they grow old, right? Every relationship is based on some kind of exchange. It's more or less like a business, right? Unconditional, what do you mean? Unconditional is giving all the love, expecting nothing in return. Like how a mother loves a child, when a newborn child, right? When a child is born, mother never thinks about, okay, this child will grow up and take care of me. No, mother just takes care of the child. That pure love, we cannot find in this universe, right? Because when the child grows up, mother also starts expecting. But that is available only in spiritual world, because only Krishna gives us what we want. Only he likes us. He cannot live without us. That's why he is in each one of us in the form of Paramatma, guiding us, guarding us, right? He's our eternal companion. Suhritam Sarvabhuteshu, Krishna says, right? So he's the eternal well-wisher of each and every one of us. So and here we need to understand. So from this statement what we understand is, all of us are part and parcel of the Lord. Okay, we are parts and parcel of the Lord. We are separated, we have fallen to this world because of our ignorance. Okay, so because we are parts and parcel of the Lord, all of us are here to realize Lord, right? And go back to home, go back home. This is not our house, so we have to go back home. So we have to mutually help each other, lift each other, and then go back to Lord together, because all of us are parts and parcels, and we are here with one vision, one mission, that is worship, offer devotion service to the Lord, and go back to the Lord. Okay, that is our only mission. But we've forgotten that. A lot of people, we've forgotten that we are engaging in different duties. Yes, it's good, we have to engage in duties. Karma yoga, Krishna says, but karma yoga, it should not be karma kanda, it should be karma yoga. Okay, engage in duties, go back to the Lord, serve, keep Krishna in the center, and do your duties. Okay, if you're going to office with that money, at least little bit of that money spent for Krishna. Okay, if you're studying, when you study, go tell Krishna, all my studies is dedicated to you, because when I get good marks, I will obviously get good job. That's the reason we are all studying, right? And when you get good job, it's again for Krishna's service. So that way we have to interlink everything with Krishna, and then that becomes karma yoga. So this is the basic principle. Okay, and dhata, he is the supreme creator and supporter. He is the creator and maintainer of this world. and he is the purifier. Just by chanting the holy names of the Lord, he will help us get rid of all the sinful reactions which we have developed from the previous janmas. Okay, and he will prevent us from doing wrong things in this janma as well and incurring sinful reactions. Okay, um, so that's why pavitram idam uttamam, that's what we learned, right? And omkar, he is the transcendental vibration in the Vedic mantras. Okay, so that's why we say om tat sat. And if you see in all fire sacrifices, the brahmanas there who do the sacrifice, after each and every mantra they say Shri Krishnarpanamastu, right? So ultimately he is the benefactor of all the sacrifices that we do. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Okay, all the austerities and all the sacrifices, he is the benefactor. That's why we say sarvam shri krishnarpanamastu. Even if we do say uh, vinayaka yajna, even if we are doing durga homa, okay, even if it is for durga that we are doing the fire sacrifice, we say krishnarpanamastu at the end. Okay, because durga devi also will ultimately go and give the results to the Lord itself. Okay, and all the vedas are Krishna. So Krishna is the personified form of Veda. Okay, now this image that we are seeing, okay, this is compared to the world that we are in. Okay, this is a jail. Okay, this is a jail and we are all here. Why? Because of our ignorance. In Sanatana Goswami's scripture, it's given, it's called Brihat Bhagavatam. Okay, in that it's given, we were all there initially with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. Okay, that was our place, that was our eternal home, right? So we were all there, but for what happened going on gradually, eventually we started losing out on our goodness. Okay, we became so ignorant and we kept telling Krishna that we want to see there in Golok Vrindavan we serve Krishna, right? He is like a king there and we all serve him in every way possible. So we started telling, I want to be served, we want to be served, others should serve me. Okay, so that kind of mentality started developing and we started fighting with Krishna. I want to enjoy, I don't want you to enjoy, I want to enjoy without you. Okay, that way we fought nicely and that's why we are here today. Okay, in this material world, that's why this is compared to the prison. Okay, we are all here, we want to go out. Okay, we've suffered enough when we came. Initial set of janmas we've enjoyed nicely, and that is why so many sins we've done. Okay, enjoyment in avidya, enjoyment in ignorance means sins, right? So we've done lot of bad work thinking that is enjoyment and we've incurred lot of sins. Now we are suffering and we are tired of suffering. That's why we are all reading Bhagavad Gita, because we want to go back to the Lord, right? Krishna knows the moment we become tired of suffering, he's in the form of Chaitya Guru in our heart, right? Paramatma. So he knows, okay, this person now wants to come out of this jail. Okay, so that's why he gives us this intelligence and helps us chant and go through all this Bhagavad Gita scriptural procedures and all and go back to him. Okay, so now what is happening, this jail is under the control of the jailer. Who is the jailer? Durga Devi. She is the Maya, Mahamaya. Okay, so she is material world is Maya's world. Okay, she is the prevailing deity here. Okay, and but she is also working for Krishna. So Krishna is like a prime minister or home minister, you can say. Okay, so all police officers work for the ministers, right? So in the same way, so Krishna is like a minister. Nobody is beyond him. Okay, so she also listens to Krishna. The moment you become sanctified, purified with devotion service, the more and more we chant and uh, uh, show to Durga Devi that we are ready to go back. She releases from us. I mean, she releases us from the jail, and we can go back to Krishna. Okay, but it is not that easy. She gives us very hard tests. Maya is a very strong deity. Okay, she gives us a lot of tests. We have to pass all the tests. That's why it is very difficult. People fall down. People keep falling down into the material world. Okay, so I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, witness, abode, refugee, and the most dear friend of all. The Krishna is telling he is the refugee. Okay, the Krishna's lotus feet is our shelter, and he is the most dear friend of all. Okay, and he is the creation. He is the creation. He is the annihilation. Okay, he is the basis of everything. He is the resting place and the eternal seed. What do you mean by eternal seed? The jivas, the jivatma. See, a dead body cannot live, right? Because that soul factor is missing, that jiva factor is missing, right? He is the one who gives life. So he gives say a baby is born in the womb. Okay, how is the baby developing in the womb? It's because of the soul. The soul is put, Krishna puts that seed of life in that particular womb, and then the baby starts developing. Okay, so that is the meaning of eternal seed. Aham bija pradapita, he says. Okay, and yeah, so I control heat, rain, drought, immortality. I'm also death personified. Okay, so he's the creation, he's the annihilation. So obviously he's the death personified as well, because Lord Shiva is the one who destroys, right? He is also the incarnation of Krishna. He's a Gunavatara of Vishnu. Okay, and both being and non-being are in me. Okay, chara achara. Okay, moving entities. I mean, living entities and non-living things. Both are in him itself. Okay, in him, as in his universal form, all of us are there. Okay, and those who study Vedas and drink the Somarasa, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. They take birth on the planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. So Vedas means what? Krishna, right? Veda is Krishna personified. So people study Vedas, they do karma kanda activities prescribed in the Vedas, so that they can go to heavenly planets. Okay, but while studying Vedas, they worship Vedas. Vedas are everything to them, right? That means they are worshipping Vedas. They've become devoted to Vedas. So that means what? They are indirectly worshipping Krishna, right? And then when they do all the activities prescribed in the Vedas, they go to heaven, right? And in heaven, they enjoy. Heaven is the planet of Indra. They enjoy all godly delights, right? So that means what? They are indirectly again worshipping Indra. But what is the disadvantage? After their punya gets over, because they've done a lot of punya, good deeds, they go to heaven. But after all that gets over, they again come back to this mortal planet, right? Again they fall to this earth, and again suffer for their bad karma which is left over. Okay, and then this is called flickering happiness, on and off, right? They go to heaven, but again they are falling down. Okay, so there is no eternal happiness, and such flickering happiness is not called happiness. Okay, it's like a seesaw. You go up and then you go down, up down, up down. How is it happiness? Happiness means something which is permanent, right? Yeah, so now the next category of people are people who worship demigods. Okay, demigods are purely based on, I mean, demigod worshippers are called karmakandis. Okay, why? Because they want something, so they worship that particular deity. Okay, if they want rain, they will worship Indradev. If they want money, Saraswati Devi. Okay, if they want success in that particular task that they are doing without any obstacles, they worship Ganesh. Okay, so so all this they do. Okay, and some people, based on the Vedic prescriptions, they do sacrifices, fire sacrifices. Okay, if you want to go to heaven, you need to do certain fire sacrifices prescribed in the Vedas. So they do that. Okay, when they do that, what happens? They will go to the heaven, and after the punya gets over, again fall down. Okay, so that's why all the results or the gifts that demigods give us, they are all impermanent. Okay, we fall down. Okay, so the moment, okay, fine, we want first rank, we will worship Saraswati Devi. After that, again we have to continue to study hard to get, because those results are impermanent. Okay, but if you ask the same thing to Krishna, okay, it is permanent. Like Dhruva Maharaj. Okay, what he asked was material initially, right? He wanted a planet to become a king and rule over, and then he got Dhruvaloka because he worshipped Krishna for that benediction. Even if, and Dhruvaloka is in the material world itself, but even if the entire material world gets annihilated one day, Dhruva planet, only that Dhruva star will not get annihilated. It is eternally going to stay, even if it is in the material world. Why? It was given by Krishna. It was not given by demigods. If it was given by demigods, it would have gone. Okay, because demigod gifts are impermanent, they are temporary. But what Krishna gives, it is eternal, permanent. Okay, so Dhruva star can never get annihilated, even if the entire world one day gets annihilated. Got it? So that is the power of worshipping Krishna. You will get permanent results. Okay, and if we worship demigods perpetually all the time when we are alive, after we leave this body, we will go to demigod planets. Okay, like if we worship Saraswati Devi, we will go to Saraswati's planet. Ganesh, we will go to Ganesh's planet. Okay, so and there we enjoy. Okay, and after all the punya gets over, again come back to this world. Okay, So yeah, ananyasthintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Okay, no, so now Krishna is telling you don't have to worship demigods. Okay, why? Because see, he's saying those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendental form. That means what? The Shamasundara form that you're seeing in the picture. Okay, not the four-handed Narayana form, Vishnu form, because they are all subordinates to Krishna. Okay, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. What more do we need to survive in this material world? Krishna is telling, right? He will give us all the material successes, all the accomplishments that we are looking for. He is giving. I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Preserving is the most important thing, right? This is not going to happen with demigods because they are temporary. But Krishna makes sure we will not lose whatever he's given us. Okay, so if you want money, go ask Krishna. If he gives you money, that money will stay with you forever. Okay, and because he preserves it as well. Okay, so what more do we want to survive in this material world, right? So our job is to worship him with devotion and meditate upon his transcendental form. Okay, and rest he will take care. Okay, some people work so hard in office day and night and get money, and finally the after they spend that money they will have nothing else remaining, right? If they had spent at least 50% of that time in worshiping the Lord, he would have given them money when they are in need. Yes or no? So we, when we prioritize Krishna, Krishna prioritizes us. Okay, so definitely Krishna prioritizes us. He is more inclined towards his devotees. We will see that shloka as well in this chapter. Okay, ye api anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita te api mam eva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. Avidhi purvakam. So Krishna, this phrase is very important here. Okay, so whatever a man may sacrifice to other gods, O son of Kunti, it's rarely meant for me, but it is offered without true understanding. Yajanti avidhi purvakam. Okay, they don't know, demigod worshippers don't know that demigods also go and give all this offering, whatever that person has offered, to Krishna only. Okay, so it is all meant to satisfy the Lord. Okay, the superior Lord. Okay, like when you want some your work to be done from, say, some IAS officer or some related minister, what do? You go and like ask them to do something, request them, bribe them and all. But will they pass the law just like that? They also have to get permission from the prime minister, right? But the level of recommendation changes because you've bribed them. They will go recommend you, like, to in a very enhanced fashion, so that prime minister gets impressed. Okay, if you don't bribe them, they will be like, prime minister didn't agree, right? So it's exactly the same way. Worshipping demigods is more about bribing. Okay, so that they can recommend you to Krishna and get your work done. Okay, so these are the analogies Prabhupada himself has mentioned. Okay, so the middle, no, the last one. Okay, so not following the laws, going to the concerned authorities, bribing them. Okay, and so that they will get your work done from the prime minister. The prime minister only has to sanction everything, right? So this is the same for thing that we are doing right now by worshipping demigods, because understand one thing: all demigods are paths of the Lord. That means what? They are devotees of the Lord. They are following the orders of the Lord. Okay, so by asking, their job is to look after the universe, right? Different departments like rain, Indradev, oceans and seas and all, Varunadev, right? Fire god. So they all have individual departments. Their job is to take care of that. Okay, and if we go and pray to them, it's like bribing. It's like we are surpassing the laws. Okay, and one more analogy: by pouring water to the leaves, each and every leaf in the tree, the tree will not grow, right? We have to pour water to the roots. And if you water the roots, what happens? All the parts of the tree will be nourished. Yes or no? That water will be distributed throughout the tree. Yes, but the same way, if we worship demigods, they are paths, right? So how many demigods will you worship? There are 33 crores of demigods. Okay, for everything we have one demigod, right? How will you worship and satisfy all of them? If we want to be completely happy in life, we have to worship each of them. Instead of worshipping so many demigods, you can worship just one person, that is Krishna. What are the root? everybody will be satisfied. Okay, and feeding different parts of body and not stomach, that is also foolishness. Okay, because when you eat and give food, the food goes to the stomach, digestion happens, the nutrients will be absorbed and the entire body will be nourished. Okay, so this is what is meant by, these are the downs of demigod worship. Okay, and this is done by avidhi purvakam. Okay, less intelligent people, they don't know this is the procedure. Okay, they think, okay, demigods are only the lords. No, they are also working for somebody. Okay, so we always have to understand that. And what happens to demigod worshippers? They fall down, because once all the result gets over, okay, Lakshmi Devi gives you money, all after all that money gets over, they fall down, right? So it is temporary. And yeah, see, in this shloka Krishna is saying, right, aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhur evacha. He is the benefactor, he is the only benefactor, and the supreme enjoyer. He is the supreme enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Sacrifice does not just mean fire sacrifice that you're seeing in the picture. Sacrifice means everything, going and praying to the Lord, going and offering flowers to the Lord. Okay, like going and offering flowers to, say, other demigods, that is also sacrifice. That demigod will take that flower and give it to Krishna only. Okay, so natu mam abhichananti tatve natas Chavantite. Okay, so those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So this is what we have to understand. Okay, this is how demigods work, and this is how demigods worship works. Okay, he is the supreme benefactor. Everything is meant for him. Okay, and so we have to directly go to worship him. And any intelligent person will do that only. Directly go and worship Krishna, right? यान्ति देवा व्रता देवा पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रता भूतानि यान्ति भूचेत्या यान्ति मद्याजिनो अपि माम्. Okay, what is he saying? Those who worship demigods go to demigods planet after they leave this body. Those who worship ghosts and spirits, they take birth among that, pretas and ghosts. Okay, and those who worship ancestors go to pitruloka, ancestors, where ancestors are there. Okay, and those who worship me will live with me eternally in Golok Vrindavan. Okay, so if we worship Krishna, we can all go back to Krishna. Okay, so this is how worship works. Okay, worship means what? Thinking about that person, right? If you're worshipping demigods, you will be thinking about demigods all the time, and so you'll go back to demigods only, obviously. Right now, glories of worshipping Krishna directly. So that is the reason we have to worship Krishna directly. After understanding all that, I'm sure any intelligent person will do that. Right? And how to worship Krishna? It is very easy. All that you have to do in Krishna consciousness, there are three secrets, okay, to excel in Krishna consciousness. This I learned from one of my gurus. Okay. So, three secrets, very simple, easy. Chant chant regularly, how many ever rounds you're chanting. Don't leave, rather increase. Don't reduce your rounds. Okay, rather increase on an ekadashi. When you increase your rounds on ekadashi, you will never reduce in going forward. Okay, so chant first thing. Next, Krishna prasadam, eat Krishna prasadam, because eating Krishna prasadam means, I mean, Krishna prasadam has Krishna in it. Okay, so when you eat, you will be totally cut off from the material disease. You will be cured of your all this material disease that we have, and will have more inclination towards spirituality. Okay, third point is devotee association. Okay, associate with devotees more and more. Okay, advanced devotees. If you're associating with an advanced devotee, learn from that devotee. If you're associating with a beginner devotee, help that devotee. Okay, always associate with devotees. What happens when you associate? Our focus remains constant. Okay, the faith, shraddha, right, that is the main ingredient to progress. That stops flickering the moment you associate with devotees. Okay, and you don't have to waste time arguing with atheists if you associate with devotees. Discuss and talk about your Krishna consciousness endeavors with your devotees. Right, you can help them, you can seek help from them. These are all the advantages. These just three secrets, if we follow continuously, we can actually go back to Krishna in this life itself. Okay, chanting, eating Krishna prasadam, associating with devotees. Okay, पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तद् अहं भक्ति उपहर्तम् अस्नामि प्रयतात्मनः. So very famous shloka, very important shloka. I would suggest all of you to learn. Okay, start learning. I think you have 108 shlokas, right? Important shlokas. If it's not there, I will share it again. Okay. Start learning the shlokas. It's very helpful. So when we learn these shlokas, one advantage is we are, um, pronouncing the same words that Krishna has had spoken once upon a time, right? So when you keep on repeating these shlokas, recite shlokas, it's like awakening Krishna. Krishna, see, I'm saying what you are saying. So he immediately, turns to us, because he'll be like, okay, who is this? These are my words. Who is this reciting my words? Right? He will definitely, at least out of curiosity, look at us. Right? Yesterday we saw he's aloof, he's independent, he's in Golok Vrindavan. Right? So I mean, you know what Prabhupada says? Don't go behind Krishna, make Krishna come behind you. With the high quality chanting, if you chant so regularly, properly, high quality, with complete focus, okay, and worship him with true devotion, complete love and surrender, Krishna himself will look at you, it seems. So that is what Prabhupada says. Don't go behind Krishna, make Krishna come behind you. Okay. So all that we need is little bit of extra love and devotion to impress him. Okay. So if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, flower, fruit, water, I will accept it. Okay. Krishna never said, I need this much food, this food only I need. No, no such conditions. See, water is enough. He will accept. Okay. Flower, fruit, leaf preferably tulsi. Okay. Anything you offer to the Lord, he will accept. Okay. But one condition, offer anything, but offer it with tulsi leaf. Okay. You can see in the picture, right? He's offering so many things, but everything has a tulsi leaf on top. Right? He's kept a tulsi leaf and then he's offering. So we need to offer anything to the Lord with tulsi leaf. Offer only vegetarian food. Okay. Don't offer food with onion garlic. Offer food without onion garlic. Okay. So then he will accept it. How? If you offer it with love and devotion. All he sees is love and devotion in it. Okay. So uh see, it's not that Krishna will sees what you've offered. Okay, this girl has offered me veg pulav, this person has offered just plain chapatis, I'll eat only veg pulav, I'll leave chapatis. No, he's not hungry. He is not looking for what you are offering. He is looking for how you are offering. The love and devotion he is looking for. How much love are you offering it with? Okay. There's a story. Okay, there's a person called Vidurani. I mean, Vidura, we all know, right? He is in Mahabharata. He is Dhritarashtra's brother. There are three brothers, right? Pandava. I mean, Pandu. Dhritarashtra is the eldest. Then Pandu. Then Vidura. Okay. So Vidura's wife once invited Krishna. I mean, Krishna went to their place. Okay, for dinner, and Vidura's wife offered out of, she was a devotee of the Lord. Okay, she was the greatest devotee of the Lord, and when she looked at Lord, she forgot herself basically, and out of ecstasy, out of pure love and ecstasy, she wanted to give banana to the Lord. But you know what she did? She peeled the banana. She threw the banana and she gave the peel, and Krishna ate the peel. Krishna ate the peel. Can you understand? I mean, can you even imagine? Why did he eat the peel? Because it was offered with pure love and devotion. Okay? It is not what you offer that Krishna sees. It is about how much love and devotion you have while offering the food to the Lord. Okay? At the same time, what happened? Duryodhana had arranged a huge grand feast. Krishna said, I don't want your feast. And he went to Vidura's house. Okay? Why? Because it was not with devotion. Duryodhana had arranged feast to show off his riches. Okay, so all that he sees is devotion. Okay, and who is the one who takes that devotion and gives it to Krishna? Tulsi. That is the reason you have to offer it with Tulsi leaf. Okay, if there is no Tulsi leaf, he will not even look at your food that you've offered. He will not take it. Why? Because Tulsi is the one who takes that devotion and gives it to the Lord. Okay, Tulsi is what? Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi. She is the one who gives us Krishna Bhakti, more and more Bhakti. Okay, so if you offer it with Tulsi, then only Lord will accept. Okay, Tulsi is the purest devotee of the Lord. Okay, Yat karushi yadashnasi yadjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya yat kurushva madarpanam. Okay, now Krishna is telling. Okay, like, because we spoke about demigod worshippers. Now Krishna is telling it is very easy to worship me. It's very easy to worship Krishna. Okay, how? Whatever you do, whatever you eat, okay, whatever you offer, or whatever you give in charity, or your austerities, anything that you do that as a sacrifice to Krishna. Do it as an arpanam to Krishna. Krishna is telling, no. See, even if we do, I already gave you an example. Even if we are doing fire sacrifice for some other god, ultimately at the end, all the pujaris there will say Krishna arpanam. Okay, so do it as an offering unto me. It is that easy. Okay, um, whatever you eat, first offer it to the Lord, then eat it as prasadam. Whatever you do, follow karma yoga. Okay, do it for the Lord. Okay, if you're going to some say shopping, okay, after you get all the new things, go to the Lord, keep all those near the in the altar in the puja room, put tulsi leaf on it, say it is all for your seva, and then use it for Krishna's seva only. I mean, as devotees, we will use it for Krishna seva only, right? If we buy a new dress, after wearing that dress, what do we do? At least once after wearing that dress, we will say Krishna, right? And chant, do kirtan, or go to the temple, attend some class, something we will do after wearing that new dress. So that new dress is getting utilized in Krishna's service as well. Okay. So that new dress, when you buy, go keep it in the puja room, put tulsi on top of it, offer it to the Lord, then start using it. Okay. This way, whatever we do becomes an offering to the Lord. Okay. All our austerities, all our penances, whatever we are doing, okay, all of it, do it as an offering to the Lord. Okay, should be done as an offering unto him. That's what Krishna is saying, right? So this way what happens, if Krishna is pleased, everybody is pleased. Our main goal is to satisfy Krishna. Why? Because if Krishna is pleased, everybody is pleased. Okay, do you know that Draupadi story, Mahabharat? Once when they were in Vanavas, Durvas Muni and their team had come there for prasadam. They were hungry. Okay, and they and Yudhishthira's house, nothing was left. They had just finished their lunch. Everything got over. Not even a little bit was left. Now they cannot send back Durvasa Muni empty stomach, with empty stomach. Durvasa Muni will curse. Okay, and so what happened? Um, Draupadi started praying to Krishna. Then Krishna came, and he took that vessel, okay, rice vessel, and he saw there was one grain, just one grain of rice remaining. He took that and he ate it, and he burped. Ate it, matlab, I mean, he burped, matlab, he's fully satisfied, right? And his stomach was filled, and he was fully satisfied. That's why he burped. The moment he burped, all of them outside, Durvas Muni and his disciples, one after the other started burping. Okay, that means what? Without eating, their stomachs were full. If Krishna is satisfied, everybody is satisfied. Okay, so even this can apply to our daily lives also in office. Don't work for the satisfaction of your manager, your team leader, the client. Work for the satisfaction of Krishna. If he is satisfied, your client is also satisfied, your manager is also satisfied, everybody in the office is satisfied. Okay, see, if he burped, everybody else burped, right? Same fashion, if he is satisfied, everybody is satisfied. So always work, even when you begin your work every day in office or anywhere in the morning, do it as an offering. Tell, this is to satisfy you. Please bless. Please be satisfied. And then start working. Okay. Do the Mangalacharan and start working. It helps. Okay. So, yeah. So, whatever you do, you have to offer it as, I mean, you have to do it as an offering to the Lord. This is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay. You are not, you don't want anything out of it, right? You're giving it off to Krishna. Satisfying the Lord means you're giving whatever the result that you're getting to Krishna. That happiness, whatever you get, say you work something, the project has become a super hit success. Okay, and you get a lot of happiness from it, right? But you're giving all that happiness to Krishna, and whatever you give to Krishna multiplies it manifold and gives it back to you, right? If you're giving happiness to Krishna will give you 100 times more happiness. Remember that. So this is Nishkama Karma Yoga's benefits. Okay, Nishkama means what? Not desiring. Okay, Nishkama, kama means desires. Nish means no desires. Okay, no desires from the karma that you're doing, from the activity that you're doing. How no desires? Because all that desire you're giving back to Krishna. Okay, all the results that you're getting, fruits of the activities. You're going to office, the money that you get, you're using it for Krishna's service. That way you are not using it for your sense gratification, right? So that way what happens, it becomes nishkama karma yoga. Nishkama karma yoga means no reactions. So your activity, since you're dedicating it to the Lord and using the reactions, fruits to the service of the Lord, you will not have any reactions to face. Karma has reactions to face, right? But this nishkama karma yoga, if you follow, you will not have any reactions to face. Okay, and if there is no reactions to face, what happens? No rebirth, right? We get moksha and we can go back to the Lord, right? So that is what is meant by Nishkama Karma Yoga. And now it is not that easy. Okay, what is the difference between offerings of pure devotees and us? We are still growing to become pure devotees, right? We are not pure devotees. So that's why the quality of devotion makes the difference. Okay, their devotion is to the highest level. Okay, how to reach to that level? By following certain rules and regulations. That's why no onion, no garlic. See, Krishna is not going to see whether this has onion, whether this has garlic. He, all that he sees is the devotion that you offer it with. But we should follow these rules and regulations. Why? To reach to that pure devotee stage. Okay, to love the Lord with pure devotion. Okay, to reach to that stage, we have to follow certain rules and regulations. The four regulative principles of ISKCON, right? No gambling, no illicit sex, no what is that? Smoking, drinking, intoxication. All these are there, right? Um, so we have to follow all that. And then pure love, however, I just told you, if you give happiness, if you give your happiness to Krishna, Krishna will give you hundred times more happiness, right? Quality of reciprocation. Krishna reciprocates to you in proportion to your devotion. Okay, this also Krishna has told in Bhagavad Gita, right? So how much love you're giving, to that, based on that love, he gives you more love. Okay, so if you're a pure devotee, all that you get is ecstasy and love. Okay, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti stage, and once we reach there, there is no falling down. Okay, shubha shubha phalair evam mokshase karma bandhanai sannyasa yoga yuktatamo vimukto mamupashyasi. Okay, so in this way we will be freed. So see, the we will be free. See, Shubha Ashur Palair Evam. That means doing any activity will give you two kinds of results, right? Good, positive, and negative results. So a devotee should not differentiate between okay, this is positive, this is negative. No, result is result only. Everything is Krishna Prasadam, right? He is the one who is giving you the result. And what is our job? Give it back to the Lord. Okay. So if we don't without discriminating between the results, if we give it back to the Lord to serve the Lord, okay, less salary, more salary. We discriminate, right? Don't discriminate. Everything is Krishna Prasadam. Use whatever money, even if you get 1 rupee, use it for the service of the Lord. Okay? That way, what happens? We will be freed from the bondage to work. I already told you, no reactions. No reactions means no rebirth. We will get liberated. Okay? Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshusthi na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. So, what is Krishna saying here? I am equal. Okay? He is impartial to everybody. He's the same with everybody. Okay, but those who render service to him, those who are devotees of him, he considers them to be his friend. Okay, and he is also a friend to them. Okay, um, I am also a friend to them. So he is more inclined towards his devotees. That's why he made Pandavas win, no, in the war, right? Because Pandavas were great devotees of the Lord. And so Krishna was more. See, so many people say Krishna was impartial. All is fair in love and war. Okay, because for his devotees, he can do anything. He became a chariot driver. Who does that in this material world? However close a person is to you, that person will not forget his position and become a chariot driver or some car driver for you, right? But Krishna did it. He was a king. He was a king of Dwaraka, such a huge kingdom. Narayani Sena, right? And all that he had. But he left all that and he became chariot driver for Arjuna, right? So he's by why? Because he's a Bhakta Vatsala, okay? He's more inclined towards his devotees. And so this is one boon all of us get. If we the moment we start serving Krishna with pure love, unalloyed devotion, Krishna is going to sell himself to us. He can be purchased. Okay. So that way, that's why Krishna doesn't give devotional service to demons that easily. Okay, because if demons become pure devotees of Krishna, demons will go and ask whatever they want, and Krishna will give, right? And if when Krishna gives something, it is eternal. Even Krishna cannot take it off from them. That's why he never gives devotional service to demons unless they surrender to the Lord and become pure, like Jagai Madai, right? In the story, yesterday also we were discussing why Jagai Madai got devotional service that easily. Although they were demoniac, they were not atheistic. Okay, see, they were ignorant, they were not envious. Okay, we saw the difference, right? Not knowing about the Lord, misunderstanding the Lord has a lot of difference. We saw yesterday, correct? These two, they were ignorant, they were drunk, they were doing all sorts of sins, and because they were not envious of God or anything as such, they thought happiness is in that. That's all. That was their ignorance. Okay, they just thought, okay, if I do all this, I'll get happiness. That's all. They had no bad intentions towards the Lord. Okay. But Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, they were all envious. They were fighting with the Lord only, right? These two Papa, they didn't even know that Nityananda Prabhu was, the Lord Balram and all that, right? So, but with all the knowledge, if we do, it is not called ignorance. It's called enviousness. Okay, such people are called demons, atheists, and whatever. Okay. अपि चेत् सुधाराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्या सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सा. Okay, even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly if he is because he is properly situated. See, so many people come and ask, no, you are a devotee, no? Why did you do this mistake? And a lot of people comment, oh, she is a devotee, but see the way she is behaving. She is screaming, she is shouting. We are all humans, no? At the end of the day, we've done a lot of sins. We've just started with the cleansing process, purification process, right? By chanting and all. So that easily our behavior will not change. Okay. But we are still supposed to be considered saintly. See, he's to be considered saintly because he's properly situated. He's taken the path. Just because we've taken the path of devotion service, and just because we will not be leaving it, with determination we will be progressing in our spiritual journey, we are considered saintly even if we do mistakes. That's why when devotees make mistakes, some those who comment on devotees, it becomes Vaishnava aparadh. Krishna will not like it. That person has at least taken the path. What has this person done? Okay, just commenting. Is that it? No, right? So that's why even if that person commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is considered saintly. Okay, and that this is one discount that Krishna is giving. Even if we do, that doesn't mean we will do bad things on purpose. In case it happens out of our control, we should I mean, devotees definitely go and ask, say sorry to Krishna, apologize and all that. So that way what happens, we will be given forgiveness by Krishna. We will be forgiven. Okay. And yeah, so that doesn't mean we will on purpose do make mistakes. No, then Krishna will not forgive. Okay. If in case it happens, Krishna will definitely forgive. Why? Because we've taken the path of devotion service. Okay, unlike others, and others incur karma reaction for that. We will not get karma reaction. So even if we do papa out on us on some bad day, out of some bad situation, um that bad karma reaction, okay, we don't have to face. Krishna would have waved it off. Okay. This is only for devotees. Okay, that's why I keep telling you, take to chanting, start chanting. I mean, more and more, 16 rounds. Once you reach 16 rounds, we know how to progress further in our bhakti, and we will definitely understand how to become pure devotees of the Lord. Okay, and once we reach that stage, there is no falling back, because all our uh, sins would have gone, okay, nullified by then. There and there is no new sins that is going to be incurred, okay, in this janma. So this way we can become cleansed. क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांतिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे bhakta pranashyati. He quickly becomes righteous and he attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly to my devotees, that my devotees never perish. Okay, so what is Krishna saying? Does anybody know? Why is he saying, you declare boldly, Arjuna, that my devotees will never perish? Why? Because when Krishna might break his promise, but Krishna will never break a devotee's promise. So when Arjuna is declaring, this means what? Arjuna is promising us, right? If you become a devotee of Krishna, you will never be perished. Arjuna is declaring, and Krishna will never break Arjuna's promise. Okay, so Krishna might break his promise. He broke, right? He told he will not take weapon in the Mahabharat war, but then he took the wheel of a chariot on Bhishma, right? But why? Because Arjuna, the purest devotee of the Lord, was getting affected. That's why he took the wheel. He might break the promise. His devotee's promise, Krishna will make sure will never be broken. That's why he's asking Arjuna to declare that my devotees will never perish. Okay, so always cling on to the Lord. Krishna will definitely help. Okay, there are so many instances, right? Gajendra, Moksham, and Draupadi. Draupadi was insulted, and Krishna came and saved. Right? Yeah, so this we already discussed, right? Because he's purely situated in determination, Krishna's imperfect devotees are also considered saintly. And also, we will immediately become good going forward because of our chanting and all that. We will stop doing all bad things and we will become good. Okay? Mam hi partavya pashritya yepe apisyu papayonaya shritya vyashastata vaishyastata shudras te api jnati param gati. So what is Krishna saying here? Anybody, okay, people even of lower birth, like women, Vaishya, Shudra. See, in olden days, Kshatriyas and Kshatriyas, because they were kings, they were rulers, they were considered very high class, and Brahmanas, because they had a lot of Vedic knowledge, they were considered high class. Remaining everybody were considered lower birth, lower people only. Okay, and they can also attain supreme destination by worshipping the Lord and taking shelter of the Lord. That's what Krishna is saying. Okay. But once we become devotees, there is no such discrimination. Saying, okay, this person is born in this caste, he's a Shudra, he's a Brahmana, no such discrimination because we all come to the spiritual platform. All of us are equal. Okay. We are all devotees. Okay. Only after we become devotees. Until then, there is discrimination. Okay. Because we are in the material platform that time. Again, power of devotion, service, and pure devotees. Anybody can be purified. Pavitram idam uttamam, right? Anybody can be purified by taking shelter of the Lord. And Vyasa, okay, yeah. So when we Krishna sends a Chaitya Guru, okay, to take for us to, I mean, Krishna is in the form of Chaitya Guru helping us all the time, and Krishna helps us take a shelter of a Guru so that we can go back. Krishna, Guru is the one who lifts all the lower classes of people, higher classes of people, everybody to the highest perfection of devotion. Okay, and he takes us back to the Lord. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi saivam atmana matparayanaha. So engage your mind always in thinking of me, offer obeisances and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So what is Krishna saying? So that time we saw Krishna was describing the characteristics of a devotee. Okay, Satatam Kirtayantomam. But here Krishna is saying to become devotee, what you should do. Okay, engage in your mind always, always. See, worldly activities are always there. You have exam, you have work, there's something happening in at home, somebody has come, nobody is there at home. That doesn't mean you will stop, forget Krishna and you will engage in your activities. No, think of Krishna. Krishna says, no, think of me and fight Arjuna. Even while fighting, Krishna said, Arjuna, think of me even while fighting. Right? So in our mind constantly we should have thoughts about Krishna. Okay, and offer obeisances and worship him. This way what happens, we will become absorbed in him and completely become a devotee of Krishna. Okay, these are the four things we need to do to become devotees of the Lord. Okay, so engage our mind always in thinking of me, offer obeisances, worship him, and perpetually. Okay, and this way what happens, we will completely be absorbed in Krishna, and we will go back to Krishna. Okay, so these are the four things. Don't get confused. These are the four things we need to do to become a devotee. And Satatam Kirtayantomam, in that shloka, we saw what are the characteristics of a devotee. Okay, so yeah, so here we come to an end. So yeah, so engage your mind, always thinking of him. Okay, even if there is a fight going on at home, or even if you are needed somewhere, do your work. Okay, definitely go help, go do everything, your work. You shouldn't stop the way you are leading your life, but you should add the Krishna factor into everything that you're doing. Okay, I learned this from one of the seniors. Okay, everything plus Krishna equals Krishna consciousness. Everything minus Krishna is equal to karma bondage. Okay, so whatever you're doing, continue, but add Krishna to it. Do it for Krishna. Consciousness has to change. So far, you were doing it for yourself, parents, friends. Now that consciousness should change to, okay, now I'm doing it for Krishna. That's all. Do the same activity, but keep Krishna in the center. Now I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for Krishna. That's all. Okay, that should be the consciousness. That's why it is called Krishna consciousness. Thinking about Krishna all the time. Okay, that is the meaning of Krishna consciousness, and that is what Krishna is telling you. I always think of Krishna. Some people know they chant 2 hours in the morning. After that, rest of the day they forget Krishna. They don't even know who is Krishna. Okay, they are so engaged in their activities. They are doing everything for themselves, their family. They forget Krishna completely. Again, next day while chanting only they will remember Krishna. That is not supposed to be the attitude. All the time we should think of Krishna. Okay, just think. Okay, if you are doing some brain work, you cannot think of Krishna. Before doing that work, say I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for Krishna. So that time the work itself becomes spiritualized. Even if you don't think of Krishna, it is still fine because the work itself becomes spiritualized. Okay, so this way we can always be constant. We can be in constant touch with Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Mataji, you can stop the recording.